Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play OmniFactory. This is episode 54, I think. Okay, so last episode I was setting up the distillation towers here, and so this distillation tower is making, or is processing the charcoal byproducts, right? And with the charcoal byproducts, we are getting wood tar, wood vinegar, and wood gas. But the wood vinegar is what we're interested in, right? And we want to process this down into acetic, water, ethanol, methyl acetate, acetone, and methanol. And if I'm not wrong, the epoxy is going to be requiring bisphenol, the acetone, as well as the phenol, which we get from, phenol. Wait, should I be processing the byproducts? Hold on. Byproduct. So if I distill this, so if I use the wood tar, all right, so benzene, phenol, and creosote. If I use this, okay, so I might need to process then the wood tar as well. And what about the wood gas? Carbon monoxide, hydrogen, ethylene, methane. Some useful fuels there. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna need another distillation tower, which I'll probably do off camera. But for the meantime, let's get the wood vinegar bucket up in there. And that's going now. Okay. And we'll go up to the surface here. And this is outputting nicely. It's going so fast that it's not showing me any fuels in there, which is fine. So if I go and look at, to remind myself, so we're going to be getting methanol and acetone. So acetone is the one fuel that I want to make sure I'm getting plenty of. Acetone. And there we go. It's building up. And now we want to make the bisphenol. So bisphenol, let me mark that. So we're going to be needing phenol, acetone, and hydrochloric acid. Do I have any phenol on me? I do. Okay, good. Okay, sorry, I just had to get my thoughts together. Okay, so phenol, acetone, and was it hydrochloric acid? Right? Let me double check. Phenol, acetone, hydrochloric acid. Okay, good. So we got reactor here. Gonna need a fluid interface. Right. Yes. And then pump. I mean, we don't need two pumps. I guess we could just use the one here. Okay. Oh, and right, controller and controller for machine. And a emitter. We don't have the fluid just yet. Fluid. There it is. Don't need that anymore. Oh, I have the controller right there, so that's good. Okay, so let's go and get this set up. And we are so close to epoxy. I can't wait to get into the next tier of circuits. I guess we can put this up here. Now we want to put the pump down. And screwdriver, where art thou? There you are. Import. Okay, so hydrochloric, acetone, and phenol. That will slowly fill up. In the meantime, let's get this rotated. Machine controller. Bada boom. Okay, emitter. And then a cable. Bada boom. And that can stay on for the time being. But we will be taking that off shortly. So the output will be there, and then we'll say like that. Now, did I miss something? Hydrochloric acid. Oh, right, this. Okay. There we go. We have the bicephenol, and I have a free bucket. Now for this, we're going to say 64,000 buckets, emit when those are above. So that's making now. Now we can put the cable on there, or the interface. And there we go. We are making ourselves bicephenol. Now acetone is going to be the limiter here, so it might take a while for us to get a good supply of bicephenol. But that's okay. Okay, so lastly, we just need the epic chlorohydrin and some sodium hydroxide. So epic and the bicep. Oh, look at that, you got a lot of bismuth here. That's good. Okay, getting off track. So we're gonna need sodium hydroxide. And we're gonna need to make more of this at some point, rapidly approaching. Now, what I might do, we'll see if I can combine the two together, but we're gonna need a robot arm. We have that. Let's get view interfaces. Okay. Like that. Now, the bicephenol will combine, yeah, with the epichlorohydrin, okay. Let's put this one, oh, come on, here. And then we put our robot arm like that. This is going to be taking in the sodium hydroxide. Okay. Get the cable. Oh, forgot the shift cancels out the ender hook. Okay, why isn't that insert? Okay, there we go. It is now in there. Very good. Now, I guess I could put the pump. I didn't grab a pump. Okay, it's over here, right? Pump. Wrong item. Okay, so I'm gonna have to rotate this, I think. Yeah. Rotate. And pump. Okay. Now with a fluid interface, we add the bicephenol and epichlorohydrin. There we go. Ah, okay, so that's good. Now I need to configure it to import, and there it goes. Now, the fluid output. Yeah, okay, so we just need the fluid output and a emitter on top. Oh yeah. I wanted the fluid one because I want to make sure I don't make too much epoxy. Go. Do I have a free bucket? I do. Good. So boom, like that, and like that, and we'll say 64 buckets as usual. And then lastly, exit, and voila. So now we got salt water, more salt water, which will then get reprocessed and give us more chlorine. I believe I have it set up. We'll see. Salt water. Is it dropping? I don't think so. I might. Oh, there it goes. Wait. Okay, no. That was just my network dying. So I did go and craft these babies off camera. I just never put them down. So let's do that right now. I connect that. Does it matter? I don't think so. Okay, I think that's storing more power. But speaking of power though, I have been holding out on upgrading the conduits because I might be able to get Enderium. I don't know if I have enough osmium to make all of it because Enderium conduit, you know what? I might actually need to place down more conduits if it's not sending enough power into the system. Let's see. I'm just trying to think here why this isn't getting enough power. Okay, those don't connect like that. Maybe like this? No, that wouldn't do anything. So I'm just trying to think why this is... why we're losing power. There should be an item to diagnose this, so let's see if I can't make that. Oh. Network tool. We need a laser wrench. Advanced coil. Okay, coil. Oh, there it is. And then Nori. There it is. Now, network tool. Terminal. If it help. No. Panel. There we go. Then that's and the laser wrench. And once we get that, we should be able to make the tool. Okay. Now we're going to go down to our controller and we're going to right click and see what's going on here. So it's generating 6,000. Let's see here. Okay, so we're generating 12,000 RF per tick and it's using 13,000. So there we go. So yeah, it does look like it's going to be a matter of upgrading our conduit soon. So it's storing power, but it's also dropping really quick. Well, it's dropping and going back up. Huh. Okay, let's move on with that. So we are finally having epoxy. Okay, let's go ahead and put this stuff away. Now we have our solidifier here ready to go. We need a pump to pipe in the epoxy. I think that's all of it. Or no, we need the item interface and a control. Oh, we have that, but we need a controller, and a emitter for items this time. And down we go. Let me get. There we go. Okay, and I guess we can put this one right here. Pump on the side and screwdriver import. I didn't get an interface. Boom. That should be going in, and we put our mold in there, and there we go. We got our epoxy. Awesome. Lastly, I guess we could put, no, we need to put, or I want to put the, I want to put the controller on the front, as it would be tradition. So, where is it? There it is. Bada boom. And rotate. Let's see. Let's get a better angle of this. emitter and a cable. Now we put that in there, and we're going to say 512 emit when levels are above, and that should be good to go. So lastly, get interface, and boom, that will spit out the epoxid sheets rather. So yeah, let's now look at our quest book, grab the nickel, and epoxy substrates are going to be the next. The epoxy circuit boards are going to be the next thing we're going to do. Our more advanced substrate type that gives you access to microcircuits, which span tiers 2 through 5. So it's going to be the epoxide sheet, foil, and more sulfur. So I kind of want to get a faster reactor now. Let me just see where that is right now. Yeah, it's on MV reactor. So can we get maybe like an extreme voltage reactor? We could, but we also need to make these the motor right here. So let's get on that. Oops. There we go. So we're gonna need the big boy tier 4, but once we get into the microcircuits, we can go with the 3-notch there. Regardless, let's get this crafted up. So a motor is going to be annealed copper, titanium rods, and aluminium cables. Annealed. Okay, so I'm gonna need to make a recipe for the annealed cables. Find some spaces for all of these. Now, can we make the reactor? I don't think so yet. No. Stainless steel, neodymium, titanium, and I messed up the reactor recipe. Let me get that back. Recipe, and then we need the big boy circuits. There we go. That should be fixed. Now for the stainless steel, make sure it's on pattern first. Okay, rotor. I should make a dedicated thing for these. That would be a good idea. And then neo dim. Don't think we have much of that right now. Oof, we out of coins. Okay. Let's just pop this in for now. I might need to cut. Or actually, no, hold on. Let me just figure out things here. That is one thing that I never did get around to doing, is the circuit board automation, or the boundary board automation. We could go about doing that. I am going to need some pattern. Oh, yeah, I made some patterns ahead of time. And we'll make some more so we can get those queued up for next time we need them. Okay, why don't I just, let's see. Wait, did I not put the reactor? I didn't put the reactor back in. Okay, so reactor, all we need now are the titanium rods, the neodymium rod, and the stainless steel ring. Okay. Stop that. Stainless steel. Okay, so we just need the rings in that front. Stainless steel. Extruder. Get rid of that. And that goes in there. And then now we need titanium rods. Stop that. Titanium. Titanium rod. Bada boom. There it is. And lathe. Neodymium. So what's going to be needed for neodymium ingots? Looks like just a blast furnace. is how's the processing going along for ore doubling? It's macerating. Oh, it's still handling tetrahedrite right now, so we may need to wait a bit for that. Okay, for the time being, let's just run the epoxy boards on the medium reactor. And off camera, I will go ahead and upgrade the reactor once I get neodymium. So the neodymium rods, we need to polarize them, right? Let me just get the reactor up here. So yeah, the magnetic neodymium rods are just going to be run through a polarizer. As nothing we haven't covered before. And yeah, I'll get that done. I'll get it done this episode, but we'll see. Epox, bada boom. Nice. Okay, complete. So the next next stage of this is going to be making the fiber reinforced epoxy, and for that, it actually, where is it? Fiber reinforced. How did you make this again? I forget. Did they change how this works? I don't remember this being like this, but I guess we're gonna need to make dust. That's something. So it looks like we can do raw carbon or this glass fibers. That's a whole other chain. Okay, so that, yeah. Let's go back to the questing and microcircuit. Using your new epoxy circuit boards and some familiar components, you can now make the final form of tier 2 circuit, the microcircuit. You can craft 4 of these at once and they're pretty cheap. Consider that you used to have to make primitive processors for this tier and realize how far you've come. As with the final form of any tier of circuits, be sure to set up the system to stockpile these. You won't get to the system on chip variant recipe for a while yet. Okay, so looks pretty simple. Epoxy, capacitor, resistor. Do we have the SMD version? We do. So we can go the SMD route. And then what were they? Oh, wow. So the system on a chip route gives us even more, but that is going to require some Naqua dope or Naquada. Aquadoped. Yeah, Naquada ingots and silicon. And we also need a very high temperature for our blast furnace. So we're not there on the SOC level yet. But the tier 5 circuit. So yeah, so we need to make these before we can get the assembler, it looks like. Yeah, okay. So that is that. Okay. Let's try and get. Let's see, what can I make as far as assembler? It's only the high voltage, right? Okay, so let's get a assembler going for that, and then micro, the SMD variant. Where is it? Is that the microcircuit? There we go. So we got the CPU. We got, yeah, nothing new in that regard. We are going to need the assembler before I can make the next levels, but let's just get the patterns set up. So small coils, RAM, all good. And then the next one is going to be the array, right? And that's still nothing too new. But what's the difference here? I don't think much. End steel wire, okay. All that looks easy and doable. And then lastly, the array, or no, the mainframe. The mainframe is going to require titanium frames, and I think that's it. That we don't have. Do we have titanium frames? Not yet. So let's get that crafted up. titanium frame. That is just the rods and the plates. Put that into our assembler, and we are good to go. Just need the assembler to finish up on that front. So let me go ahead and do a pause, and I will be back, and we can finish off the episode getting the microcircuits. Okay? See you shortly. Okay, I am back, everybody. So, yeah, the reactor is still going to be crafting up, but we have, in the meantime, our circuits for microcircuits. So I'm just going to let these quests run their course so I can get a good picture for the video title. And I think that's all of them. Oh, one more. There we go. We have the microcircuits, and like you... Oh, hello. So I got more quests coming? Hi, Enderman. Okay, that's done. So now I'm gonna put these babies down here so that I can use them in the future. And we'll put some stuff away here. How is our osmium supply? Still not that much. I got the hiccups going on. Oh, excuse me. So we got the epoxy now. Filled up. That's good. Alright, so we got some quarters from that. Oh, more quarters. Nice. Nickel. And 2 quarters. So, with your titanium-based machine hulls and microprocessor mainframe squared away, you can finally get on the path to making an extreme voltage assembly machine. This tier of assembly machine unlocks nanocircuits, as well as handling crafting recipes up to 2048. You can also optionally overclock recipes up to 512 EU a tick for improved speed. Okay. So what's this gonna cost to make? So we got the arms. Okay, so we got the microprocessor, so we can make those in place. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think we can do that now. So, assembling. Right, and then we're gonna want... Wait. Okay, yeah, the big boy 4 circuits is what we need for that. Okay. That's saved. Now for the arms, or the belts rather, belts. I think we should have the cables. And then the arms, which we can use the 3-pronged, what's the wrong one? No, I got it. I thought I grabbed a different one by mistake. Oh, and we also are gonna need the piston here, which isn't too hard. And the titanium gear, which will go in the alloy smelter we have. I think that's it. So, gear. And go. There. There. And that there. I think that's it. Can we make it? We can. So, let's go ahead and craft that up. This might take a bit of time to craft, but I do want to get this on camera before we end off the episode. So yeah, I think I might just cut one more time and we'll end off the episode once I get these 2 machines created. All right, back in a minute. Okay, we are back. So I got the assembly machine, got the reactor, and I made it a CEF. Don't know why, because I remembered that I have a CEF already made and a tower ready for these 2 machines. But in any case, it would help, I guess, in the end to have extra. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right there, and I'll put the assembly machine, like, I don't know, right here. Right, so then, yeah, this is gonna be it for this episode. Off camera, I will set up this reactor and set up the assembly machine to make circuits. Looks like the next circuit, well, the next circuit that would be going in there would be the nano CPUs. However, we still need this quest first, so that's going to be a thing. Although, and then, well, I'm all over myself today. We still need to get into the micro miners. And did I end up making the fuel? I don't think I have. I never did get that set up. Okay, so next episode, I'll look at making the rocket fuel for the micro miner and see about sending off some micro miner ships. Right, so that would be helpful in later for sure, because it would allow us. Oh, that's the wrong. Where is it? Tier 3, tier 2. Where is tier 1? Oh, here's tier 1. Yeah, so these resources would definitely help. But for now, I'm going to end this episode and probably take a break from recording today and record some time later. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.